Hey everyone, I hope everybody is doing good. Prepare yourself for a new lesson for today. Let's start. Last time we discussed about the difference between entrepreneurial risk and risk management. So let's have a review before proceeding to our new topic. Entrepreneurial risk pertains to the problem itself of a business, like the possibility of bankruptcy, competition, government restrictions, demand and supply, environmental factors. Risk management is the action of the business to prevent such problems to arise, like their strategies, their techniques, their solutions, their alternatives. Okay, so listen. What is a risk management process? In business, risk management is defined as the process of identifying, monitoring, and managing potential risks in order to minimize the negative impact they may have in an organization. All risk management processes follow the same basic steps, although sometimes different jargon is used to describe these steps. Together, these 5 risk management process steps combine to deliver a simple and effective risk management process. The 5 risk management processes are: Step 1. Identify the risk. You and your team uncover, recognize, and describe risks that might affect your project or its outcome. There are a number of techniques you can use to find project risks. Okay, for step 1, you have to identify the risk. Let us use the current situation of our country during the ACQ. All business establishments were forced to close down or stop its operation. So as a businessman, you are now in dilemma. So what will you do next? What will happen to your income, to your employees, to your inventory, to your productions? All these are categorized under business risk. Next. Step 2. Analyze the risk. Once risks are identified, you determine the likelihood and consequence of each risk. You develop an understanding of the nature of the risk and its potential to affect project goals and objectives. So step 2 is to analyze the risk. Using the same example, one of the biggest problem of business, especially if your business is in the category of a restaurant or a fast food chain, definitely one of your major concern would be your inventory or your stocks, many of which are perishable product. You have to think of an alternative on how you can dispose this, or else it will be a spoilage or a waste of product. If you notice, some fast food chain put out their inventory or stocks on sales on the grocery store or open it for resellers, like their chicken, their french fries, the mojos, the nuggets, the hot dog, and what have you. In that way, they're able to minimize their losses. Other companies put their product on sales online or allow the resellers to sell their product. Others put their product on discount or on sales, and some prefer to donate it to charity or to the frontliners or to other people in need. In that way, they earn good deeds and goodwill. And that is all a brilliant idea. Okay, next. Step 3. Evaluate or rank the risk. You evaluate or rank the risk by determining the risk magnitude, which is the combination of likelihood and consequence. You make decision about whether the risk is acceptable or whether it is serious enough to warrant treatment. Step 3 is evaluate or rank the risk. So we have the severity versus priority. Severity pertains to the degree of impact to the business, while priority is the importance of action to the business. For example, rent for a building space. Would you continue to operate your business and pay rent under the ECQ policy of the government? Or would you rather close and stop operation and continue again when conditions becomes normal? Step 4. Treat the risk. This is also referred to as risk response planning. During this step, you assess your highest rank risk and set out a plan to treat or modify this risk to achieve acceptable risk levels. How can you minimize the probability of the negative risk as well as enhancing the opportunities? You create risk mitigation strategies, preventive plans, and contingency plans in this step. So step 4, treat the risk. You have 3 ways to do that. One is to mitigate. Mitigate means to stop. Preventive means to avoid. And to have a contingency plans means to have a backup or an emergency plan. Example. So during the GCQ, wherein business is now allowed to operate under skeletal workforce, that is one way to stop the spread of the virus. But on the negative side, fewer workforce results to low process and overworked employees. You have to find the best solution for your current situation. Next. Step 5. Monitor and review the risk. This is the step where you take your project risk register and use it to monitor, track, and review risk. So once the solution is implemented, you have to monitor and supervise your employees if they follow protocols to make sure of the continuity of orderly process. Check from time to time if there is a need to upgrade or update certain procedure and policy. Next. Our topic in risk management is not only applicable to a businessman, but we can also apply this with our daily lives because we are faced every day with different types of risks. It will be based on our preparedness and how we can handle this risk head on. So I leave you with a beautiful quote. The amazing can only be created by facing fear, risk, and failure during the process. Okay, so that's the end of our lesson.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.